Good morning. This video is all about augmented Dickey-Fuller test. The two hypotheses that the test is having, the null hypothesis, which we don't want to happen, is the series is non-stationary, and the hypothesis that we want to happen is the series is trend stationary or simply stationary. Now, ADF checks stationarity with an autoregressive model. Autoregressive means regression means where external parameters are influencing the y variable or the dependent variable. Autoregression means where external parameters are not important, where internally the past of the series is dictating its future or rather determining its future. That is called autoregression. Normal regression, there are external variable which can influence, whereas in autoregression, the past of the same variable can influence, and we will hear autoregression more in another video, not this one. So that is the difference between, so ADF is based on, the premise of ADF is based on autoregressive model. So initially we have to test at level and then we have to take a difference 1 and difference 2, because ADF checks whether the level is stationary at level or it is not stationary at level. So what happens, there is a concept called D. D is an unknown number, could be 1, could be 2, maximum 3 or 4, up to 4. It could be the order of autoregression that will be determined whether the time series is stationary or not. To make it easy, to make it a little simple, so suppose a time series is 3-day time series, day 1, day 2, day 3. The level 1 would be when the day 3 is pushed to day 2 and the day 2 is pushed to day 1. That is called level 1. And what is level 2? When the day 3 is pushed to day 1, that is called level 2. So the more you are pushing the current time series below by the observation, suppose the observations are daily observation, so if you push the time series below 2 observations, so it is a 2 difference. If you push the time series below 1 observation, then it is 1 difference, like that. So today becomes yesterday, and that is in level 1, and level 2 means today becomes day before yesterday. So that is the concept in a very rudimentary and crude manner, just for your understanding. It may sound a bit technical, so I thought of making it a little simple. So before going into eViews 8 we will be using, I want to tell you that we will first check the the stationarity at level 0, then we will check stationarity at level 1, then we will check stationarity at level 2. Let's see. So we move over to eViews, and eViews, as you can see, this is the Athens data from 2003 up till 2013. So around 13 years data. So now I will go to view. Inside the view, you can see here unit root test. This unit root test is augmented Dickey-Fuller test. We will see here level. Always take trend and intercept, always. I'll tell you the reason why. Any kind of regression, with my bad handwriting, I'll try to draw something here. Sorry. Yeah. So this is the x-axis. This is the y-axis. Suppose the regression line goes like this. So this is your x and this is your y. This is your 0. So regression line does not start at 0. So regression line starts at a distance. So this difference, this gap is called the intercept. That is a minimum value of y when x is equal to 0. So at this particular point x is equal to 0. You can follow my cursor. At this particular point x is equal to 0. and at this particular point the minimum value of y is this. So suppose, let's give it some number. Suppose this is 7. So minimum value of y is 7 when x equal to 0. This basically means the intercept. So that is why trend and intercept. Kindly look here at the result. We will look at the probability. You can see the probability is 0.5788. That is more than 5%. It's actually 57%, 57.88%. So more than 5%. So you remember a small poem here, a very small poem. P low, null go, and P high, null fly. So since in this case you will find P is low, P in is high, so null will fly. So null will fly means the null hypothesis is going to be accepted. So what is the null hypothesis here? The null hypothesis is series is non-stationary. Series is non-stationary. So now what we are going to do? We are going to write down the probability into our Excel sheet here at level 0. So let's use this box at level 0 once again. Yeah, this box we can use at level 0. So probability at level 0 is 5788. This is probability value or p value. So if p value is this, what is the occurrence? Occurrence is always 1 minus the p value, that is 42. So percentage, this is 42%, this is 58%. So what happens here? The hypothesis H naught is accepted. H naught is accepted. So this is where this is level. Now we will do for first difference. So let's go back to view. Go to unit root test. Just change this one. Here it will be trend and intercept. First difference, let's see. Now you see the interesting part here. Very interesting indeed. The probability is changed completely. So I will just put it in color. The probability is now 0. So let's put the value at level. So here the probability value is 0%. Obviously, if probability is 0, what will happen? Here, sorry, it's kind of hang. So basically when probability is 0 here, then that means this is 100%. Occurrence is 100%. So now let's go back to another one. Okay, let's see whether the hang is off. Yes, hang is off. So this is 1 minus the p-value, that is 100%. So what is accepted? HA, that is series is stationary. HA is accepted. Series 1 is stationary. So we are going to apply here wrap text. Here we are going to calculate second difference. Let's see what is the value of second difference. So we will go here, we'll go back to view, unit root test, just change here to second difference and see. Very interesting result indeed. You can watch. The probability value is 0. So probability value is again 0 here. This is very interesting indeed. That means it is again stationary. So this is the same, this is the same, and interestingly this is the same. So time series which was non-stationary over here, that is some kind of bad because you cannot predict. From predictability perspective, that becomes good because you can predict. So at first difference, that means we have to use autoregressive coefficient 1, level 1, or autoregressive coefficient level 2. We will do more into this autoregressive coefficient, so don't worry about it. Just note this two, that these two autoregressive coefficients are going to help us in predicting this particular Greek Athens market for future. But at level, we cannot use the level because level it is HO is accepted. What is HO? HO is here. Again, I will go here. So HO is here. Sorry. Yeah, HO is. So HO is this one. It is non-stationary. So since it is non-stationary at level, so it is non-stationary at level, but it is, let me change the color for green, but it is stationary at these two, that is difference 1 and difference 2. So which is a good sign, because end of the day we want stationarity so that we can predict the time series, and in this case time series is Athens. So let's go back to eViews quickly. You have to go to view, and inside view, I think I have to close this first. Yeah, view, inside view, spreadsheet. So this spreadsheet is all about the Greek market, the Athens, and that means Athens can be predicted, and Athens can be predicted with the help of autoregressive coefficient 1 to the order of 1 and autoregressive coefficient to the order of 2. Thank you very much for watching.